This review will be spoiler free. There will be no spoilers. Apes together strong. What's up guys, this is Creepy and we are going to review the War for the Planet of the Apes. I got to watch this movie today evening. It was amazing. So let me build some context. So there was a TV series in 1974 called The Planet of the Apes, and then the movie got remade in 2001 with Wahlberg or somebody, and it was, in my opinion, it was not a bad movie. I am going to call them rebooted prequels. So we got Rise of the Planet of the Apes in 2011. We got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in 2014. And we got War of the Planet of the Apes in 2017. The first movie was directed by Rupert Wyatt, and the other two were directed by Matt Reeves. Oh my god, this movie blew my socks off. And it's an amazing movie. It's a beautiful Shakespearean tragedy. Last time I had this much fun was in Avatar, when 3D was reintroduced to the mainstream media. I cannot get this movie out of my head. The opening is fantastic. It reminds me of the first act of The Predator. It's all in the jungle. The whole movie takes place in the jungle and the wilderness. There's no cities involved like the first two movies. So the premise is that the humans are almost dead. So the virus that caused apes to become smarter is killing humans, and it has mutated. And what it does is it takes away cognitive ability from humans. This is mainly a struggle between the apes and the humans, and the humans who are infected. This movie is all about Caesar's journey, alright? So it's a very personal take on his journey from being a king and a leader to being an outcast, which he has self-inflicted, and then to becoming an inspirational leader in the end. So I will not talk about the plot at all because it will spoil everything. There is one thing I can say about this movie. Matt Reeves is a superb director. He directed the shit out of this movie. And the acting and the motion capture work is amazing. All the apes on the screen are CGI, and you cannot tell that they are CGI. It's so good. So I told my mom today that you'll adopt 4 monkeys after watching this movie. So it's literally that good. And the motion capture work, especially, hats off. Let's go talk about the characters, alright? So there are 5-6 main characters. I'm going to talk about them. So Caesar is played by Andy Serkis. He's a gem. He played Golem. He played a couple of other characters before this, and he's played Caesar. It's amazing. The facial expressions, everything, because of motion capture, just comes through nice. He can express emotion like a boss. Maurice is another character I would like to mention. Maurice is really important in the story. He's really nice, and he's been acted really well by Karen Konoval. She's a lady who did Maurice, and it's amazing. It's amazing just to look at. The Colonel by Woody Harrelson. By the way, this is the first Apes movie which gets a really good fleshed out villain. Woody Harrelson kills it. I love that guy anyways. I have loved him since Zombieland. Okay, so my standout movie for Woody Harrelson was Zombieland, and he kills it. He absolutely kills it. There's a character in this movie called Bad Ape, which has been done by Steven Zahn. Really nice. He provides the comic relief that the movie needs. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a Shakespearean tragedy, and you need some comic relief after some time, and this guy provides that. There's a little girl in the movie which is awesome. Her story is really amazing. It's played by Amia Miller. So basically, I'm going to talk about something really important. So you've seen movies come out, right? You've seen trilogies. Trilogies is like the next hallmark of Hollywood, and there are so many trilogies, right? But how many trilogies do you remember where the first movie and the second movie and the third movie are consecutively better than each other? And the War of the Planet of the Apes blew my fucking mind. So the trilogy basically succeeds. So every movie in the trilogy is better than the last movie. And this reminds me of LOTR, Lord of the Rings. As far as I remember, John Wick 1 was amazing. John Wick 2 was awesome, and I'm hoping that John Wick 3 would be better. So in my college days, we used to sit and watch all 3 LOTR movies together. So if you watch all the 3 Apes movies now, so I'm calling it right now, it's going to be a thing in the future. So the plot is amazing. I cannot tell you anything about the plot without going into spoilers, so I'm just going to skip the whole plot section. What I'm going to tell you is that what you think is going to happen It's not going to happen. There are lots of twists and turns in the movie which really redefine the whole story. So now I'm going to give you a quick summary of the movie. So movie starts off by apes fighting to protect their territory, and humans desperately want to save themselves. So what they do is attack the apes, and apes think they should leave that location that they are in because there is human threat involved. And there is credible evidence by Caesar's son that okay, go there and it's like better than here. So they just try to evacuate that location. Caesar says, okay, I'm going to go on a revenge spree and I'm not going to follow all of you. And then Caesar in his own journey discovers that everyone else who was trying to escape was captured. There is a lot of ape to ape morality that comes into the pictures. So basically we get to see a lot of revenge fueled apes who are now fighting to survive because of the revenge struggle that they've been through. There is ape to human morality. There are humans that help the apes, there are apes that help the humans, and vice versa. So that kind of makes you think on who is more human. Ironically, this movie brings up humanity in the apes. So there are both sides of the coin trying to prove that they're not animals. I want to specifically call out the music in the movie. The music in the movie is amazing. So the movie is very light on dialogue, alright. So there is not much dialogue in the movie. The movie is very light on dialogue. So no matter what language you're watching in, this movie relates to you. From the first scene in the movie to the last scene of the movie, the music was fucking awesome. The music carries the scene where apes are talking to each other by hand gestures, and the music carries the whole emotional quotient of the movie, and it just carries the whole movie. It's done by Michael Giacchino. He has won an Oscar for Up, and he's done Jurassic World, he's done the Lost TV series music, he's done Cars. So the next point I want to get to is, along the movie they set up a lot of sequels. By the way, they introduce a lot of new characters, a lot of new locations, new setups. So as you know that the 1974 and 1968 TV series and the movie, they take place in New York. This movie takes place on the West Coast. So there can be sequels where they have the journey from the East Coast to the West Coast. So the movie has a lot of what you call plot points that can take the franchise forward. The cinematography is awesome. The locations are breathtaking. Basically every single frame is done so nicely. There's been so much love put into this movie over the last 4 years. I can see that. There are monkeys on the screen and you won't even believe they're not real. It just seems so real. It's awesome. It's just amazing. So one of the best parts of the movie is the emotions that the apes portray. If you see an ape and you can see it on his face how he's feeling, which is a super kudos to the VFX team and the motion capture guys. Oh my god, it's so real. Like when Caesar is angry, when Caesar is happy, when some other ape is happy, you can fucking see it on their face. It's just flawless. It's pretty open-ended. We don't know whether we'll get another set of movies or not, but I'm hoping that we do, because I'd go and watch it. Another very strange thing about this whole review is that I cannot find anything bad to say about this movie. Every scene, every arc, all characters are fleshed out, even the villain. And I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. This movie will be remembered as one of the great movies in our generation. I think I will watch this movie 10 times at least and then buy the Blu-ray. I saw the movie 3 hours ago and I just want to go back into that experience. So guys, that's about it. And I think my rating for this movie would be 9 out of 10. Yes, this is the highest rating I have ever given. Alright, so 9 out of 10. This is the best movie to come out in 2017. I think even if you're a family, you have small kids, this is a must-watch movie. This movie is amazing. The review might get a lot of heat because of this, but yeah, this movie is 9 out of 10. I'm hoping I'll give another movie a 9 out of 10 in some time, but I don't think so. Tomorrow I'm going to review Jaga Jasoos. That's going to come up in another couple of days. So thank you all for watching this review, and do hit the like button, do hit subscribe, share the video with your friends, and also please go hit that bell icon so that you get to know whenever I upload my next video. Bye guys, bye! Apes together strong!